Hi everybody, today we are going to study about the past paper year May 2017 IGCSE paper. When it comes to introduction of the paper, paper 1 consists of 1.5 hours and it's going to be a written paper. So there will be 16 MCQs and the rest will be structured essay questions. When we see the first MCQ, we are going to talk about what is a tracker ball is. You know what is a tracker ball? It is the ball which is under the mouse, underneath the mouse. So through a mouse we input data. So the correct answer is going to be input device. But when we see the other rest of the answers, processing device is a device which processes the data, output device is a device which outputs the data, and storage device is a device which stores the data. Second question, the most appropriate type of software used to calculations. So we know word processing, that will be used only for documentations, presentation for presentation skills, and audio editing for editing the audios. So the answer is going to be spreadsheet. So when we talk about the examples of spreadsheet, it's going to be Microsoft Excel or Microsoft Access. Third question, which one of these is a data input device? So when it comes to data input device, we have ROM, WAN, OMR and VPN. ROM is read-only memory, so that's a non-volatile memory. B is WAN, wide area network, it's a kind of network. OMR is optical mark reader. We know we use optical mark readers on lotteries, and VPN is the virtual private network. So the answer is going to be OMR, optical mark reader. Which one of these is needed for internet access? OCR is optical character reader. PIN is private identification number. JPG is a kind of image file format, and ISP is internet service provider. So internet service provider is going to be the needed for internet access. So the examples for ISPs are in Sri Lanka, Dialog, Hutch, Suntel, all these are examples. Fifth question, which one of these uses an optical method of data storage? We know what is a hard disk. It's a disk which stores the secondary storage. CD, it's a compact disk. C, magnetic tape. We know the tape which are only readable in the magnetic way. And D is USB stick. So pen drives are called as USB disk. So the answer is going to be CD. So that is compact disk. Sixth question, a control system is used to maintain the temperature in a fridge. The device used to measure the temperature is a type of sensor is the correct answer, because to maintain the temperature in a fridge, the sensors only can detect the temperature. So monitor, you know it is the display. Scanner, it scans the images. Plotter is a kind of printer. Seventh one, many colleges restrict the websites that students may access. The type of software used to do this. Probably this might be at your schools also, which is used the filtering software. This software filters the websites or access to other networks. Editing software, it is used to edit video editing or audio editing. Communication software, via email. Web authoring software is the creating HTML pages. Eighth question, one factor that should be considered before installing a software update is the compatibility. What do you mean compatibility? See the range of the software. So mouse settings, it's not going to be. Validation rules, that's also not going to be suitable. And portability, that's also not going to be suitable. So compatibility is the correct answer for installing a software update. Ninth question, the ICT system used to plan, implement and control the movement and delivery of goods is going to be logistics. Through the logistic method only you implement the goods and also control the movement of goods. So stock control, it categorizes the stocks and see how much is available and everything. Simulation is not going to be. Communication is communicating with the ICT systems. No, it's wrong, and D is the correct answer. 10th question, an internal hard disk is a type of secondary storage. So as we learned before, hard disk is a secondary storage which stores data as a backup. So processor, it's processing the data. Primary storage cannot be. And D is operating system. What are operating systems? That is Linux, Windows, all these are operating systems. 11th question, products sold in supermarkets are barcodes. The information contained in the barcode is through product number. When you deduct the product number in the barcode only, you can easily see the rest of the below given answers, that is product price, supermarket name and date of manufacture. 12th question, which one of these is used to link two networks? So we have studied when linking two networks, a gateway is always important. So modem, it connects the internet, booster, it sees the frequency, and browser, it's the kind of application software wanted. Gateway is the link which creates the bridge to two networks. 13th question, computer aided manufacturing, that is CAM system, are widely used in industry. One benefit of CAM is, we know a CAM, it is mostly used to check the quality of items produced in more consistent. So the machinery does not require maintenance, no. All production costs are reduced, no. Production cost is there, and there will be less industrial pollution, no. A kind of pollution also will be there. 14th question, a company needs to back up the data on its network. Factors that should be considered when creating a backup system. Why is a backup needed? Always to store the data safely. So amount of RAM, amount of data and time of backup, no. Media to use, amount of data and frequency of backup, yes, because you should know what is the media to be used to backup, how much of data is there, and how is the frequency of the backup goes. So that is one of the main thing you should consider rather than the other three factors. 15. Many companies have intranets. Which one of these best describes the intranet? Now, what is the intranet? It's a private network which uses internet protocols accessible by employees of an organization. Always, the intranet is a network kind which is only implemented between an organization, not outside. 16. A company uses a database to store staff details. The manager wants a list of accountants and engineers who earns at least £40. Which one of these would produce the required list? So we studied in MS Access about the relationships. So it's going to be job equal accountant or job equal engineer and salary. So you know, when you implement this in MS Access query, you see the answer. But when you see the others, it will show all the details of the given criteria. So if we wanted only to list the accountants and engineers who have only 40,000 points, so D is going to be the answer. So we are done with the 16 MCQs. Let's go for the structured essay. Part A. Now they have given the list of devices that Amanda has a computer. So and they ask what are input, output and storage devices. So let's see. Speaker is a output device. So it outputs the data from the computer. Mouse is a input device. Flash memory is a storage device. Webcam is an input device, but most of the people think it's an output device. No, it's an input device. DVD is a storage device and data projector is a output device. Amanda stores photographs on her PC. Now we want to see what is called as KB. So KB is called as kilobytes, 1024 bytes or kilobyte. So any one of these is going to be a suitable answer. Amanda often have difficulty finding a specific photograph. Identify two methods Amanda could use to make it easier to find a file. So you can use any two answers from this. So mostly people use is create folders, save in folders, use albums, sort the photographs into data and alphabetical order. So these are kind of meaningful things they take. So that will make the student to remember the answer. So any from the given answers can be taken, any two from this. Third one, Amanda uses image editing software to edit a photograph. She then inserts the photograph into a document using word processing software. Image editing and word processing are both examples of a type of software. So give the type of software. So application software. So what are application softwares? Microsoft Excel, Word, PowerPoint are application softwares. Name one other type of software that can be installed on PC to allow the image editing and word processing software to run. So when you are another type of software which is used to run the program is going to be system software or operating software. Either without this you can't use the application software. So this is the front end to each and every computer. Next one, the PC has a high resolution monitor. Identify one other item of hardware that must be presented in the PC to display the photograph on the monitor. So always when you want to have a resolution on a computer, you should have a VGA card, which is called as graphic card, graphic chipset or graphic processor. If the VGA card does not properly work in a computer, you cannot see the display of a computer. So always to see the good resolution of a computer or a PC, you should have a VGA card or graphic processor. So all means the same. Next one, Amanda uses a wireless printer with a PC. Identify two wireless connection methods that can be used to send photographs from a PC to wireless printer. Of course, it's going to be Wi-Fi. Even through Wi-Fi also you can send. Or Bluetooth, which everybody use. Or IR or IRDA. Townsville College has a cafe that provides meal for students. The cafe struggles to serve all students in the 1 hour lunch break. So they are asking the most appropriate type of software that will be used to produce the computer model. Normally when you are gonna create a computer model, we study it in Microsoft Excel. We create computer models to make the consumer easier. Okay, so what is the kind of software we use? It's going to be spreadsheet. Next one, variables are needed as inputs to the model. So it's typically modeling. One variable could be the number of checkouts that are open. Identify two other variables that could be used as inputs to the model. Now let's see variable 1, total number of students. Either one from this will give the proper input. Now variable 2, it's going to be time allowed, number of students queuing at checkouts, and average time per student. So any of these two variables will be easier to make a model for the above mentioned criteria. Identify two outputs that can be produced by the model. So if the model's variables are true, you can have the output as, you can see the number of checkouts needed at each time, or number of students passing through each checkout in given time. Or you can also have outputs such as average queuing time and maximum queuing time, and number of students in queuing after 1 hour. Next one, Joy uses the software to display the outputs from the model. The software can display the outputs as a table. So normally when you want to have the display the outputs in a proper aligned manner, you should have it in a graph way or in a chart. So graph, you have bar column graph and you have other standard columns also, and chart you can have pie chart. So through these kind of outputs displays, you can have a proper viewed data. Next one, give two benefits of using a computer model to solve the problem. So benefit 1, can run in accelerated time. 1, inconvenience to staff. Benefit 2, the variable can be changed, can compare different scenarios, or can try out new systems before buying resources. No need to buy extra equipment, employ more staff to try out different scenarios. That are the benefits given by a computer model. Give two drawbacks of using a computer model to solve the problem. Yes, if you have advantages, there are going to be drawbacks as well. So drawback 1 is a model is dependent on getting the rules, sometimes inputs correct, cannot model exactly what will happen. It's only a representation of real situation. Describe how Joy could show his model gives realistic outputs. Compared live and modeling result, modeling outputs and question could be inferred. Running a live test. Now when you see modeling, when you study modeling, you see how to have the realistic outputs. So which will, now normally a model, why is a computer model is there? To show the realistic situation, how you can put the the status of a assigned scenario which can be viewed in a practical way. So that's how we have to take the scenario to the mind and answer the question. So which will make you to give you the real answer. Next one. Give one more method of storing electronic data on a card. So microchip, we have already barcode and QR code. QR code is one of the most secured code people used to think these days, because normally QR codes are sometimes unable to detect also. Barcode is also like that, but than the other two, QR code is one of the most secure code type, electronic data storing type. Give two benefits to the students of using prepaid cards to pay for their meals. So they don't want to rush for the transactions. They have less time, spending limited to a balance on card. No need to have cash, no need to worry about having cash on a daily basis. So sometimes people used to lose money also. So they can have a record of what they have sent. So through having the bank statement, they can see what has been spent and what has been saved. 19th question. PT agency provides private tutors for students. So they are asking, there is a network of computers within the administration office. The network is made up of a number of workstations connected to a server. Name this type of network. Local area network is the answer. Local area network is a network which is being done within one organization, okay, or limited area. So if you are having a workstation can be identified a network, give one. So IP address, MAC address, unique computer name. IP address always does not depend, it does not vary, it's a dependent one and independent one, and MAC address is also like that. So or you can have a unique computer name. The server manages data security on the network. Identify three ways in which data security can be managed on the network. So we can have encryption. We know how the encryption is done through passwords. Centralized backups. You can have transaction logs. Manages the firewall gateway. Any three from the list given you can answer. One benefit of staff using the network is that data security is managed for them. Give three other benefits to staff of using the network. They can have share peripheral devices, can have access or share centrally stored files, and they can communicate via network. PT agency uses a broadband to access the internet. Name two other types of connection that could be used. Satellite, virtual private network, Wi-Fi, mobile broadband, or dial-up. Dial-up is not used these days, so most of the people use this Wi-Fi as the network connection for all the accesses. Tutors often visit the office and access the network using mobile devices. So describe how the wireless router connects mobile to the device. So we know router receives signals from a mobile device and assigns an IP address automatically to the mobile, then directs to the network device. So IP address. So normally once you get the signals to your phone, you can activate your Wi-Fi signals through passwords, or sometimes it's not secure, you can directly get into the Wi-Fi thing. A network key can be sent up to prevent unauthorized access to wireless router. So you have to encrypt. That's why sometimes the passwords. That's why the passwords are used. You need the key to decrypt, or key is calculated by the system. PT agency stores personal data information about tutors and students. Appropriate type of software of storing personal information database, which will help you in filtering the information properly. And when you let's say you are taking a big organization and you're having a huge amount of employees, so at that time you need a database. Then through queries you can easily find the personal information of each and every employee. Give three ways which registration impacts on storage and use of personal data. So you should be very careful when you are handling other employees' data, and it can be misused and it can be excessive. You should have a particular person to check on the personal data. So next is they encourage staff to take measures to prevent headaches using a computer. 3 measures to help staff reduce the risk of headaches. So you should have a proper lighting. Always do not have bright contrast on your PCs, and you should have a regular eye test, or you should have computer glasses also, which will prevent you from diseases from the computer. 20th question. PRL training provides courses for industry. So they are asking, identify the most appropriate formats to use for trainers and the learners. So format for trainers, you should have a trainer format, so that is note pages. Reason is you should have computerized notes printed for easy reference, and notes can be added more detail than slide. Sometimes in slides you will have only particular data, not everything will be there. So format for learners, so you have 2 note pages, and also you should provide additional explanation of slides. Identify 2 advantages to learn on courses delivered online rather than face to face. Normally people find it very hard to travel, and expenses also high, so they are happy with this online courses, which will reduce their transport expenses, accommodation. You can study from your place itself, you don't want to waste time on traveling. So these are the key factors. It's just general knowledge question, children. You can easily answer for it. Next is practical issues for learners. Of course, if you are going to study in online, you should know how to use it first of all. So sometimes technical problems might arise. Sometimes the browser won't work properly, or data is over, or there are so many issues come across, so you don't have any assistance at all. And also time difference. Sometimes, let's say now there is a e-learner who is teaching from UK and you are a Sri Lankan, so the time differs. So such situations are there. Explain why learning experience may be better on a course delivered face to face rather than online. So sometimes the student will be wanting to ask so many questions face to face, and he wants the answer as soon as possible. And also there will be a small social interaction. You will not be isolated when you are sitting at home and studying. You will be isolated a bit. More able to concentrate in face-to-face meetings, not disturbed by family. Now let's say if you are at home and you are studying this e-learning, so you stop it and do your housework, so there interruption occurred. More flexibility to tailor for learning styles in face-to-face. Group activities easier. More interaction with other learners and teachers to aid learning. More discussion opportunities. So any 2 of these are correct answers. Identify 3 advantages of downloading rather than streaming a video. So when you are streaming a video, it keeps on a lot of time. So rather than it, you directly download it, and whenever you want, you can see it. So you don't want to have internet access every time you see the video. So once a download quality of signal is not relevant, no buffering is there. 3 disadvantages. That you should have storage capacity, most up-to-date version when viewed, and copyright may be an issue with sharing with others, and you can't watch it live at times. 21st question. Farina is considerable risk to data on her tablet computer when it's connected to internet. So what are the risks and methods to prevent risk? So of course, virus or malware, it's kind of risk. So you have this antivirus and anti-malware softwares. Risk to hacking and unauthorized access. So you should have a firewall, or you should have a data encryption to the systems. Next one. Identify 2 methods that Farina can use to ensure the confidentiality of her emails during transmission. So encrypting the data and using a secure email software rather than using the common factor. C. Identify 3 advantages to Farina of using e-books rather than books in printed format. So you can transfer between electronic devices, e-books, and it can be backed up electronically. You can read it in dark or poor light, because since the phone light is there, you can see it. And you can read to you, turn text into spoken speech, and you can download new books whenever has the internet access. But when we talk about disadvantages, not all books are available in electronic format. Reliant on technology, so depend on the battery life. You want an internet connection, and copyright, licensing, ownership are there. But some people, you can't properly view it in a. It's not like reading in a book. It's just a phone and just an electronic device which is not going to show you proper data. Next one. Benefits of using social networking sites. Benefits: you can build relationship with new people, you can find new people, you can be very popular, you can share whatever your thoughts are. So that. Drawbacks: sometimes cyberbullying is there. They don't really tell you the exact information. People may have various of information, and they they lie around. So that problems are there in social networking sites. So that is the end of the paper. So let's meet within another paper on the next time.